Virtual reality was considered as a game, and we moved from virtual reality to serious virtual reality, and we demonstrate that we can actually improve performance of people using virtual reality. I'm leading the mimetic team who is working on the analysis and simulation of human motion. We use virtual reality to study sports science and especially identifying the key variables that make people have a good performance. The SHARESPACE project, the interest is to work on groups of people in sports application, especially cycling, in which you have a peloton of people. And the idea with this approach is to identify how people go out of this peloton and change the coordination and synchronization they have with the other people in order to make an attack.
We want to use these informations to create a VR tool to train a cyclist to anticipate
more quickly the launch of an attack of another cyclist.
So in SHARESPACE we are conducting some experiments with experts in cycling, and we try to analyze in this experiment how they do their attack, how they anticipate the attack, and how the people behind them can read the information to anticipate the attack. So we are going into a karting circuit, and we ask people to cycle there and to attack or not attack and so on. We do some motion capture of this and we analyze the data. And then we move after that to virtual reality, in which they can train against virtual opponents, in which they can attack, and then we can amplify the attack in case they cannot perceive this very subtle change of movement. And so using VR is possible to amplify or not, and so to help people, to teach them how to take and pick up information on the attacker in order to follow him as soon as possible.
Using this VR tech for the cycling community can improve performance for cyclists, so it can be a useful tool for the cycling community to train their skills to anticipate the launch of an attack.
So using SHARESPACE application, especially in VR, the impact is very great for example, teaching cycling, for example, in sports science department in university, or it could be in training centers for the French Federation of Cycling, could be other kind of federation of cycling, of course. And the idea is to provide some scientific knowledge and serious methods, serious games to train to this very specific situation and to make people get better in cycling in competition. So the outcomes of the project are serious application for training, but we also want to disseminate our work to the general audience community.
We will represent the VR tool at Olympic Games.
And so we will have the very great chance to see all the Olympic French medals, people moving there with all the fans, maybe something like thousands of people there that can be subject of the SHARESPACE project.